Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Finally, I'm Joe,
And I'm Jake,
and this is the
the Joe
Joe
and
and
Jake
Jake
Show.
Show.
All right.
You go first, Dad.
Me?
Yeah,
Where do I start? Where do I start? I think the last time we did a show was right before game one of the Knicks
the
versus the
playoffs.
Hawks.
First game of the playoffs, which we were at.
We were there. Joe, what was it? I know we have got a lot of ground to cover in this episode. Just give me a quick minute. Talk about playoff basketball at Madison Square Garden.
There's nothing better than it. Like there isn't. There's nothing better than playoff basketball at MSG. Like I wouldn't want to go to a playoff game anywhere else except for MSG.
Well, we'll get to this, but I would say up until a week ago, I would have agreed with you, Joey. However, I experienced my first road playoff game. And let me tell you what, it was pretty great because it kind of felt like a home game.
See, I told you.
It got to the point where I actually kind of felt bad. And I kind of came in and out of that a few times. Like at first, I felt bad, but then I was like, nah, this is actually pretty awesome. And I don't know. What do you think about that, Joe? If someone else came into our house and, we're chanting, let's go Celtics or something like that, how would that make you feel?
I don't even want to hear that team's name ever again. I would just be like, I don't know. I wouldn't have a great reaction. Just gonna leave it at that.
Very diplomatic. All right, well let's try to go a little bit in chronological order, Joe. Obviously, we're far past the Atlanta Hawks. Give us a quick rundown of what's gone on between now and our last show.
Atlanta? Like you're saying Knicks versus Atlanta.
I'm saying, catch me up. Pretend I was stuck at work for the last 2 weeks. How would you describe the last 2 weeks?
Some very good and never seen before Knicks basketball. I
How
mean,
so?
the defense. That's all it's been. It's been the defense absolutely stepping up, and it's never been better. And then, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns. We're literally running the offense around him. I say, yeah, have him at the top, look for the pass, or drive, get a foul, and if not, shoot a three, you know, all the good stuff.
I
And I think
mean, I agree, man. Their adjustments their adjustments after those 2 point wins, but I think we're glossing over a little part of the series that maybe we've all tried to scrub from our memories. Game one, great, we win. Game two, lose by one, and that was a game that we should have won, but we
at
just kind of
MSG too.
and we let it slip. We let it slip. They stole that game from us. Game three, also lost by one, but that was different. We kind of came from behind. They were playing like they were the New York Knicks, and we were playing like we were the Atlanta Hawks. We played so bad in those two games, and I got to say, I don't know what the meeting was or what they said to each other, but they came out in game four, and it's literally been like a different team since then. But if they didn't come out and win that game four, people were saying like Knicks fans were in the dark. That we were people were down. They're talking about like trade Brunson, get rid of. People were saying it. They were saying trade Brunson, and actually that was
Sometimes
the point where I was disgusted with our own fans. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
some of Knicks fans are crazy. I know I'm a Knicks fan, but like, there's
Was
certain
I
Knicks fans out there that are just like crazy.
look? Was I frustrated at their play? Of course. Would I have liked Jalen Brunson to have made some different decisions? Yes. Am I going to sit here and be like, blow the team up, trade him, get rid of him? Come on, people. Don't forget who brought you here. To me, that was the final straw. The Knicks beat the Hawks in six.
And on a happy note, we won by 51 points.
Well, yeah, before that. So, can I just take a minute and talk about that game? Because I sort of like, through a series of random events, was able to actually show up midway through that game. So, I walk into State Farm Arena, which I gotta say, on the inside is pretty great. On the outside, it's like is this even an arena? Meanwhile, you walk into Madison Square Garden and it's like, boom. It's like you're walking into a palace. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, it's a little crammed when you get to the Garden because it's an older stadium. As a whole, like the stadium actually itself was quite nice. It was a good place to watch a game. They had lots of great food options. But I walked in and I immediately was like very confused. I looked at the scoreboard and I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't understand the scores that were on the board. I was like, are they giving us like shooting percentages? Like, what is this? And then I realized it was the score. And I was like, oh my God, we're up by 30 in like the beginning of the second quarter or whatever it was. And it just got, and I was in the section behind the Knicks bench, which literally, I think there was like two Atlanta fans. Like, I don't know why you would buy a ticket there if you're not a Knicks fan. But I gotta say, Joe, like, it was so fun. But then it started to become like unfun because the Knicks fans were just getting so obnoxious, and I was actually starting to feel pretty self conscious because people were like yelling at Hawks fans and all this stuff. And it wasn't anything too bad, but I don't know. It got to the point where I was like, I actually kind of feel bad about this. Um, but then I remembered all the stuff CJ McCollum said, and I didn't feel bad anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And it
mean,
was cool. It was cool. It was a closeout game too.
yeah. And can we just talk about how, like, he's talking about that, but he was just a wizard. He started the season as a Washington Wizard.
He was a wizard.
He was a wizard.
Part of the thing that is so funny is like the Wizards are just have perennially been like such a bad team, and it's just like it's a terrible mascot, like a wizard. Like,
Yeah,
what
a
are you?
wizard.
If you were such a wizard, you'd be able to get the ball in the hoop.
Honestly, same with
Um,
the Brooklyn Nets. Like, the net.
can't get the ball into the net.
Like,
Um,
when do they, like, how do they think that they're gonna get out of a slump of being bad?
I don't know. It's not really our problem, is it?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
But one thing that did occur to me, I was sitting there because we're sitting here on May 9th. May the 4th, obviously a national holiday, Star Wars Day. Um, I was sort of thinking about the 6 games in the Atlanta series as similar to the Star Wars episodes. Episodes 1 through 3 of the Star Wars trilogy, like, not that great. Like, the story's actually good, but the movies, I think, sold a little bit. Like, they should have been better. But then when you get to games 4, 5, 6, like, those were just, like, epic. Those were, like, epic games, epic episodes. And I was trying to like explain the series to somebody who like doesn't really follow basketball but is a huge Star Wars nerd, and that's how I explained it. And they were like, "Oh, so I totally understand now." Um, but anyway, we took care of the Hawks. Joe, you mentioned Cat, and the change to the offense starting in Game 4. What else would you highlight from the series? Because I feel like there's a couple other things that have emerged in this playoffs that have really been working well for the Knicks.
Besides Karl Anthony Towns,
Yeah,
um, I mean, Jalen Brunson always does his thing. I mean, that's like a no-brainer. But OG Anunoby just doing it on the offensive end as well instead of just defense. I mean,
I mean, possibly the
playoff
best two-way
OG,
player in the playoffs.
playoff OG is a thing. He's a thing. Well, two-way player in the playoffs. I mean,
I
Victor
said possibly
Wembanyama.
I said
Victor
possibly
Wembanyama.
the best two-way
Okay, but
player in the
like
playoffs. Okay, well, tell me I'm wrong. Wemby. How many points is Wemby scoring?
he's scoring like 25.
See, I guess it's like a short guy thing. The dude is like 19 feet tall. Like, I'm just not impressed with him. He's literally playing mini hoop out there.
He had 12 blocks the other night.
He should have 50 blocks. He should block every shot.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I feel. Short Kings unite.
Okay, all right. So, back to OG just being amazing. Yeah.
We're gonna finish this Wemby argument at some point, but go on. More OG.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, what else am I supposed to say about OG? Like, he just, like, when OG's hitting his threes, just driving, dunking, all that, and me and my grandpa say this all the time. We always say, always say, what happens when OG, or we always say, whenever OG goes to the rim, good things happen.
Good things happen, baby. Good things happen.
and it's right. It's just so much. It's so right.
It
And
is so right.
yeah, and then
All right,
Josh
so we talk.
Hart being the glue guy, and somebody else that has also stepped up. It's Mikal Bridges. Like when Mikal Bridges is hitting his shots, when OG is hitting his threes, when Karl-Anthony Towns is running the offense, driving to the basket, getting foul calls. What else are we supposed to ask for?
We're gonna be a very dangerous team if all those things continue. But here's so hold on a second. Let's back up. I agree with you on your comments about Bridges. Bridges, but he didn't really start that until after. He didn't really start that until after the Atlanta series. It was really he picked up against the really in that blowout game. There was a point in time where I was saying they should just be feeding Bridges the ball, like just let him get his groove back because we need him to be confident and all this stuff. So I agree. But let's real quick before we jump too far ahead.
One more other person to talk about. Mitchell Robinson, bro.
I mean,
Mitchell frickin' Robinson.
I think Mitch is um Mitch is a key guy, and I want to get to him in last night's game. But before we do that, let's go back to after we're sitting pretty. We took care of our boys in 6 games, but then everybody else was in a game 7.
But yeah, can we just
Celtic.
talk about that real quick? Except for the Knicks, everybody else in the East was at a game 7, so we were just chilling at home, watching everyone play a game 7.
Yeah, and that gave us a little bit of an extra rest. Do you want to say anything quick about the other series of round 1 in the Eastern Conference, Joe? I know you do. I'm gonna lob that one up for you.
Oh my gosh. So I know we're playing the 76ers right now, but man, was I rooting for them to beat the Boston Celtics so bad in that game 7. Watched the whole game. It was beautiful. I was so happy. I've never been so happy for the 76ers to win a game. I've never wanted them to win a game so bad. And they did it. They beat the Boston Celtics.
Now, I have a lot of emotions about this. I had a lot of conflicting emotions here because
I
I
was
hate the
so happy.
Sixers. I hate the Sixers too. I so it's weird on the Sixers. I like Maxey. I think he's a solid player. I
Me
think he's a
too.
solid guy. I don't really care for anybody else, and I'll get to Embiid. You just wait.
What about Quentin
Um,
Grimes?
I got no disrespect for Quinn Grimes.
I
He's
was
just
about
like
to
a
say.
whatever. He's
Yeah,
just a whatever to me.
I was about to
But
say, bro.
like on the Celtics, I basically dislike everyone on the team except I really like Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, me too.
I
He's
think
funny.
he is funny. I love his press conferences. Like I think they're so great.
Like there
Um,
was one time where it was like the beginning of the season, and one of the people were like, "Oh, like Joe Mazzulla, like, what do you think about the new City Edition jerseys?" He's like, "Oh, they're great," and she's like, "Oh, what do you love about them?" And he's like, "They say Celtics on them," and I'm like, "Oh my
so
gosh."
good,
I was
so
like,
good, man.
I mean, you're wrong, but that was funny.
That was funny. So I also got a lot of pleasure out of the Celtics losing because they were up 3-1, dude. They were
Yeah,
up 3-1.
and they were getting ahead of themselves. They were like they wanted to verse us already, but they couldn't even get past the 76ers, so they're kind of trash.
I mean, the other thing that I really liked about the Celtics losing, being up 3-1, is that let me just
Oh,
check my facts
before
here.
that, the Celtics have all or the Sixers have never won a game 7 trailing 3-1.
Yes, yes.
That was what was
Um,
like the cherry on top. So now they're like one and whatever.
1-17 or something like that.
Yeah, and now the Celtics are like something and one.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So now this stat isn't going to hit as well as I wanted it to, but back when I was a freshman in college, the Boston Red Sox completed the most epic comeback, and the New York Yankees had the biggest choke in the history of sports, where they lost to the Red Sox. They were up 3-0 in the series. They lost 4-3 in game 7. The Red Sox went on to win the World Series, and I believe that was the year, if I'm not mistaken, that they broke the 86-year-old curse of the Bambino. And while this was nowhere close to as historic of a situation, as I watched them, because you know Boston, they walk around like 3-1, we got it in the bag, like we want the Knicks. we'll take care of them, and they're already starting to chirp about last year. And going into the playoffs, everyone was like, Boston's coming out of the East. Like, obviously, it's Boston. Like, people were just glazing over the Pistons.
Blazing.
And, like, by the way, I don't even, like, I'm not a Pistons fan, but I'm like, bro, you're going to disrespect. Like, that's disrespect to say that it's unquestionable that the Celtics are coming out of the East. I was just blown away by that. So to watch them epically, like, fall on their faces made me so happy.
It was so amazing.
And Joe, I mean, I know for sure it made you happy, my guy. Because what did I witness when I came home that day? It was all quiet in the house or whatever, and I go up into Joe. I walk past our upstairs, and I see Joey in his room dancing with his headphones on and with a big smile on his face, ear to ear. And I was like, Joe, what's up, bro? And you were like, the Celtics just lost. And he's like, I've literally been dancing around. I was like, oh my God. So good. So epic, so good. And then should we talk for a minute about Detroit and Orlando? They had themselves a scare.
Oh my gosh, I thought the Magic were gonna beat them, and I would have been even happy. Like, I don't know how much happier I could have been besides the Knicks winning a championship. Like, it would have been the Knicks winning the championship and that. The Celtics losing and the Pistons losing. Oh my God, that would have been so good. That would have been so good.
I mean, in Game 6, I thought they were cooked in Game 6 because once they won that game, I kind of thought they were going to win.
I
Like,
know the Magic.
They were down by 24 points. They were down by 24 points with like 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
And then they blew it.
They won. So let's see here. Let me look at my.
And the Magic blew it.
Dude, the Magic scored a grand total of 17 points in like the last 14 minutes of the game.
Jeez.
That's it. Which is like more than the fourth quarter.
It's not good. It's not good.
And so as soon as that happened, I was like, all right, they're going to take Game 7. Because, like, if you're Orlando, like, you just can't come back for that, right?
Yeah. I mean, but they should not be disappointed about their season, except for that part. Like, I don't know how to, like, they just, like, they weren't supposed to do any of that. A lot of people thought that they were going to get swept. A lot of people thought that the Hornets were going to beat them in the play-in. And they won by, like, 20. It was crazy.
I agree. I think that the Magic had themselves a good early act of the playoffs. Although I don't know, people were talking a lot about them during the regular season, like preseason. They were like, "Oh, look out for Orlando! They're going to be a force in the East." And I feel like they were a pretty big disappointment this year.
Yeah, no, they're always like kind of. I feel like everyone just overrates them like that. But yeah, I mean, like they should be disappointed, but like. They should be like, but that end was pretty crazy.
Yep, and look, I like just going to round it out with the last series. I kind of wanted to see Toronto beat the Cavs. Like there was a moment where it was like, could you imagine if like the 1, the 2, and the 4 seeds like all fell, and the Knicks 1 and 6?
That would that would have been so good, and especially since RJ Barrett hit that buzzer beater in Game 6.
Honestly. Gotta take your hat off for him. And we watched that. We happened to catch that game. Like we were just watching that live on TV. I didn't see the highlight. Like I saw it occur, and like it was great. Especially for him, like etching his name into sort of like the Toronto Raptors history books. I mean, it's a shame they didn't take the series, but
I mean, hey, he looked like Kawhi Leonard.
They're gonna remember that. They are gonna remember that shot for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so now Joey, we were looking at the game, trying to debate like, would you rather play the Sixers? Would you rather play the Celtics? I mean, the Celtics kind of look a little bit like a wounded animal. Like they looked like they were ready for the taking, and obviously Tatum wasn't healthy. And now we're starting to see, maybe what was percolating under the surface, which is like some significant issues with Jaylen Brown. He is just not happy with their organization, which is kind of wild to me.
The thing that would be bad is if Giannis, like, let's say, like, we make a really deep run, and we actually, like, I don't think, like, this might not happen, it might happen, who knows, but let's say we do win the championship, and then, like, we're just gonna keep our team and run it back, and, but then if since if Giannis isn't gonna, like, come to our team, then like does this mean he's gonna go to the Celtics?
Well, Giannis wants to go to a championship contender, and I really don't want to spend much time in this episode talking about Giannis because he is.
Because this is a whole episode topic.
It just like maybe just briefly like I just feel like talking about Giannis just like always stirs the pot and like gets in Cat's head, and I'm like, if we make the finals and we make it to like a game 7 or a game 6, I don't think we need Giannis, bro. I think like look at Cat, literally look at Cat. Like he is playing great now. He's got to stop the fouling. He's got to stop. But at the end of the day, like you can't be disappointed with the way he's played. And Giannis, he's not been healthy, bro. How epic would it be if the Boston Celtics scuttle their whole team? They get rid of Jaylen Brown, who, by the way, threw the team on his back this year and dragged them to the number 2 seed. Tatum comes back probably before he's ready. I think clearly before he was ready. Rushed back. He like interfered with what they had going on. Like no doubt. It totally messed up the rotations. Jaylen Brown actually went and said this. Totally messed up their rotation, messed up their vibe, and then they just kind of fell back into like, well, we're just gonna launch threes until they go in, and then they just. I think the basketball gods were like, dudes, like that's just not gonna work out for you this year. And so, sure enough, like there was some stat that some dude was showing that was like the strategy of just launching threes in the playoffs doesn't work because people step up their D and they close out and all this stuff. So at the end of the day, like the Celtics got where they are because they were just crushing threes. Yeah. So how good would it be if they blow the whole team up and they try to get Giannis and then he's just like he turns into like an Embiid who's like never on the court, always hurt. You know what I mean? Like they basically become the Sixers.
Oh, that would be amazing. Wait, but one thing about the Celtics is that like the thing that's so amazing about them losing is that everyone thought that they were gonna go to the championship, literally win the championship, and then they lose in the first round to a play-in team. Like that's amazing. That's amazing. It's so good. That's just so good.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't get better. Although, all right. So now let's talk about our New York Knicks. We ready?
Wait,
Joe.
Just one more thing about teams.
Sorry. Okay, do it.
One more thing about teams that think that they were gonna like go all the way, or like another overrated team in my opinion, and I am gonna get a lot of hate for this. But the Denver Nuggets have never impressed me since their championship run. Like as soon as 2024 hit, I was like, yeah, they're not winning another championship like for like a while. Like I'm not like I was like they're not gonna win next year. They're not gonna win in 2 years. Or like every like beginning of the season, I'm like the Nuggets aren't like real contenders, and I don't think they're actually gonna win a championship this year, whatever year it is. And like this year, like everyone thought they were gonna win. Everyone thought they were gonna go to the finals. Everyone thought it was gonna be Nuggets versus Celtics, but they both got out in the first round, and I think that was what basketball needed.
I don't know who thought that. Like
everybody thought that. Everyone thought the Nuggets and Celtics were going to the championship.
I think sometimes the internet just gets way too lathered up. The internet, like one podcaster says something and people are like, "Oh, that's a hot take." Oh, wait a second, I think I like that take, and then they start to say it, and then enough podcasters start saying stuff, and people are like, "Well, this just must be consensus."
That matchup is just a championship that everybody wanted in 2023 and 2024. Like, when the Nuggets won the championship, everyone wanted the Celtics to go instead of the 8th-seeded Heat. Everybody wanted the Nuggets to go instead of the Dallas Mavericks. So, now everyone just wants that championship to be a reality. But now they're both out of the playoffs. And man, is it good.
I would also say that both of their franchises are absolutely on the decline right now.
Yeah.
Because...
Like, I think they're both cooked. Because, like, I feel like, do the Celtics have, like, any, like... draft picks? Like I don't think so.
I don't really know what they're, which would also make very little sense why Giannis would go there because Milwaukee's looking for picks.
Yeah, so who knows?
So
but the Celtics always have their stupid little ways.
Yeah, bro.
Well, that's like mostly the Lakers though. Like they just like there's like yeah we got a star whatever.
Well, it's funny. The Celtics are one of the most storied franchises in all of the National Basketball Association. So like we can't forget that. Like, do I hate the Celtics? You bet I hate the Celtics. But I think I hate the Celtics fans more than I hate the Celtics, which means I hate the Celtics.
I hate the Celtics fans and like the team, like the like franchise, like the players. Like I wouldn't hate them. I only hate them because they're in a Celtics uniform.
But at the end of the day, Joe, you have to recognize that the Celtics franchise is one of the most bannered franchises in all the NBA,
Yeah,
along
for
with the
sure,
Lakers.
for sure,
Along with the Lakers, you can't deny that.
for sure. Yeah,
Like the Knicks, like
yeah. I give
let's
them
be
all their
honest,
flowers for that, but
straight up,
that's it.
we got our two puny little banners, you know.
Hey, maybe it'll be number three.
Hey, it is what it is.
Hey, number
Um,
three, having three championships in the NBA is pretty solid. I mean, for example, Sixers, I think they have three. They're known as like a top 10 team ever. Heat, also. Pistons, they all have three. Those three teams are, like, everyone thinks that they're a top 10 franchise ever. Like, like, everyone thinks the Rockets are a top 10 franchise. But, like, they only have two. So do we. So, like, I don't really get that. And, like, the Rockets were only good when they had Hakeem Olajuwon, James Harden. Those are the only times that they could have won championships or won championships. So,
I mean, look, bro, we're talking about history here. Let's get back to. Should we get back to business?
yeah. Can we
All right.
wait. Just looking at my notes.
Okay. Well, I was gonna launch into this Knicks Sixers series because I think there's a couple things that
Wait, and then one more shout out. This doesn't have to be like a minute. This could just be like a few seconds. But like the things that LeBron James are doing at 41 years old in the playoffs is not normal. We've never seen this before. And it's crazy. I mean, the Lakers were up 3-0 against the Rockets. I mean the Rockets also had a disappointing season, which was like crazy. And then like Kevin Durant sitting out of games, LeBron just absolutely cooking. Like in this OKC series, he is the highest scorer, above SGA, above Chet Holmgren, above Jalen Williams,
I did not know that.
above all the Thunder players. He holds the most points, and he makes all the other Laker players better. Like Luke Kennard would not be where he's at without LeBron. Like this year, earlier he was on the Hawks. He didn't look like this, but then when he got traded to the Lakers, I mean, he hit a game winner for them against the Magic in one game. It was crazy. And then, like, LeBron James is looking pretty solid at 41 years old. It's not looking normal. Not pretty solid. He's looking insane.
He's looking very, very good. He's looking
It's
very, very good. And
it's crazy.
he even had a crazy game winning. Well, it wasn't a game winner. It was a game tire, so they went to overtime.
Yeah, against the Rockets.
Right?
Yeah.
The steal, the step back three over two defenders. That
That
was also when he had the alley oop to his son, which is like the coolest thing ever.
yeah,
right?
that game winner brought me back to like prime LeBron. It was good. It was great. And then like
It was pretty good.
that lob to Bronny is so good. So yeah, I mean LeBron James doing great. I mean Thunder and Lakers in game 3 the other night, or is
I don't.
or
I think the West is behind us. I don't know.
oh,
That
so
they're,
game 2, I guess. Yeah, game 2, right? Yeah.
this is no. I think they're playing game three.
Well, they're playing game 3 tonight. So game
Yeah.
2 is crazy. I mean, Thunder, the refs are just absolutely insane. I don't get it.
At a certain point, like you really do need to ask yourself, like, what in the world is going on? Like those refs, I don't know what game they're watching, and like I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but like
Those calls are insane. Like
they're pretty insane.
The fact that LeBron James, who's 41 years old, so shouldn't really care shouldn't really care that much at this point about foul calls, and Austin Reeves and JJ Redick, like all three of those players getting texts for the foul calls, like that's how you know it's not normal. Like they wouldn't just argue that if they were actually like if they weren't that bad, they wouldn't be arguing about.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a guy. I mean, I think LeBron is like he can be a crybaby for sure.
Yeah,
But
but
I
not
think-
like
but
that
I-
though.
But I think that Austin Reeves, I think JJ, like you're to your point, Joe, like you could tell that something was up there.
Yeah.
And you look at the replays, you're like, what am I
Exactly.
looking at here? The floppy Chet Holmgren, he does it, and so like
And, you know, everyone knows about SGA, but let's not get into that.
Yeah,
And then
it's known. It's well known
yeah, it's
for
crazy.
sure.
But once again, LeBron James at 41 carrying the Lakers team during this playoffs with no Luca is just absolutely insane.
So now, what do we think about Luca? Like, is he just done? He's not coming back. I thought I heard in a headline he's in Europe or something.
He was at the game the other day.
Maybe he was like back and forth or something. I don't know what he was doing,
I
but
have no idea what's going on with Luka Doncic. I mean, no idea. But LeBron, proud of you. You're amazing. You're tough. So yeah,
agreed.
yeah.
Um, so all right, let's talk about the Knicks versus the Sixers. I went into this.
We're gonna talk about flopping. I mean, Joel Embiid. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah,
They just give him
agreed.
the ball and it's just a foul.
Let's talk about Embiid for a quick sec here, right? Uh, Game one, New York Knicks defeat the Philadelphia 76ers 137 to 98. They were up 20 points at the half. And you can go onto the ESPN stats and they show you the win probability. Basically, they had a 1.9% chance of winning at halftime.
That's really sad.
And they had a 0.1% chance to win basically starting with like, what does it say here? With 8 minutes left in the third quarter for the rest of the game, their win percentage didn't go above 0.5%, which is just
That's
like an
crazy.
epic thrashing. The Knicks were shooting 63% from the field and 51% from three-point land.
Yeah, and one stat about the Knicks like games is the Knicks or no one. It's either the Knicks or nobody has ever closed out a game winning or closing out a series by winning by 30 and starting a series winning by 30. And apparently we did
That's right.
that,
We
which is
did. And I
crazy.
think that was a major statement. I'm looking for the text that I sent in our
Same thing
chat
with
with
biggest win or like no, like biggest like lead in like at halftime, right?
yes.
Yeah, that too.
Yes.
The fact that we have beaten two records, or not two records, but like the fact that we've had two crazy stats or records in this playoffs already, and it's tomorrow's game 4 of round 2. That's crazy. It's just crazy. And
I agree. I agree. So hold on. I want to Joey. I texted this in the chat with Uncle John and Pa. I said I pasted like a summary of the team stat summary that had those stats that I just mentioned. And this is what I said. I said these are crazy shooting percentages for the Knicks. They can't expect the ball to go in the hoop like this every single night. But turnovers and the rebounds are things they can definitely control, and we did very well with those. Even if these shooting percentages come back down to earth, the fact that we held the Sixers to under 98 points is a very, very good sign. We just got to keep our chin up when the shooting numbers revert to the mean, try to stay out of foul trouble, Carl. Try to and keep up with the rebounding, and I feel really, really solid about this series. Um, so now, look, Cat's been in foul trouble this whole series, and it impacted the game a lot in Game Two, and I was actually happier about our Game Two performance than I was about our Game One performance. Game Two, we won by 6. Like, this was a game. Our shooting percentages did come back down to normal, which is exactly what we said what was going to happen. The Sixers led the game. They held a lead for 56% of the game, which is pretty crazy
yeah,
if you think about it. But and you look, I'm trying to see Cat's minutes here.
like the only reason why we won by so much in game 1 is because we were 63%.
Totally. Cat played 27 minutes. 27 minutes. He had 4 fouls. That is just so bad. And then let's look in
No,
game
but like
three.
for Cat, that's not that bad. For
It's not the
Cat,
fouls.
no,
It's not the fouls.
for
It's being off the court, Joe. Is
I
my
know,
point.
but oh, I thought you were talking
And
about the
like
foul.
he was limited to 26 minutes in game 3. In game 1,
Well, if that does happen, literally someone's got to tell Cat to keep his hands up because one game, I forget what game it was, but Mitchell Robinson was getting really handsy, and someone told him to stop doing that, and he did stop, and we And it's either like Joel Embiid cannot like single-handedly beat us without fouls. Like if we don't foul him and just let him score, they're not gonna beat us.
Well, I
So
think that yeah,
like
Joe.
that's
You
what we did. Like
let's
we played defense. Like he had his hands out, and we just let him do what he wanted, so that he could just go and go and go and go. And he did that, and eventually he blocked the shot. And then like someone's just gotta tell Cat that, and then he could just have his hands out. So then no foul. And if that does happen, then we could just challenge, and then hopefully the refs don't be stupid.
I agree. Look, I agree. I think Cat needs to realize that, like, Embiid's going to get his points. Let him have the points because he's going to get tired. It is clear, like, Embiid, with all the flopping that he does, throwing himself on the ground, he's not healthy right now.
He's an old man.
Like, let him have his shots, dude. We need you on the court. We need you on the court because Embiid can't shoot the three. He's been struggling from three. He's going to get those little, push off shots, those step backs. Like, just let him have it, bro. Because it's the fouls that are killing us. The fouls slow the game down, give him a chance to recover. And the thing is, the more that Embiid has the ball, the better it is because Maxey is the one that we want to keep off the ball. We want Maxey to be iced, but we want him to be in the game so he's gassed. So and whatever. We seem to have kind of like figured it out a little bit. Mikal Bridges like totally shutting down Tyrese Maxey, but I want to talk real quick about Embiid because if there's any player that I feel is like the poster child for how not to behave, it's this guy, man. It's this guy. I want to read you a quote after game one, which is just
He's a bigger flopper than SGA.
like what are we doing, man? What are we even doing? So here's the quote. I don't know. You got to ask Jalen Brunson that. I don't think I got to the free throw line as much as I wanted. He's basic.
Joel said
Joel.
that? Oh yeah, it's probably
Joel's
because he wants to go every single time. That's probably
dude.
why.
He's literally saying that Brunson is a flopper and he's not. That's his statement, which is like Joel, come on, bro. Like he got called. He had the ball and last night, and he like leaned into his screen and knocked like Landry Shamet over. And then he gets up. He's like, I do love his like dumb faces about like when he's like, you called that on me. It's like, bro, you're like tripping people. You're pulling their jerseys. You're pushing them. Like he's a dirty player, man. I can't. And then he makes a point about Mikal Bridges. He's like, oh, he hit me in the appendix or whatever. And it's just like, bro, Mikal Bridges of all people is like a stand up guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was Josh Hart, no, that's not true. Josh Hart's a good guy too. I'm trying to think of another guy who would like do that. I don't actually think we have any of them on our team.
So, but one thing about Joel Embiid is like, but the thing that put the cherry on top about how annoying this person is that, and remember 2024 when Joel Embiid yanked Mitchell Robinson's ankle and then he was out, he was injured. Like no, like who does that? What kind of player does that? A dirty one. So the thing that just put the cherry on top yesterday is when Mitchell Robinson dunked on Joel Embiid. He like yammed on him. It wasn't even funny. Like he was on his butt. He was sitting down. Like Mitchell Robinson looked at him like, yeah, don't go up again. Like genuinely, it was so good. It was
There's
so
a
good.
there's
So
an
good.
amazing T-shirt. I was gonna surprise you, but I ordered it. I ordered it for us. Now that we're like kind of the same size in shirt, like this is great.
You
We're in a
wait,
beautiful
you
time.
got a medium, right?
I did. I did. I
Okay,
did.
good.
Um, so that T-shirt, I'll try to flash it up on screen, but like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's
It's
basically
so
just
good.
it's
It's my
Embiid like
favorite.
this.
And then Mitchell
So
Robinson's just like, mm.
it's like in the
Speaking of
back
Mitchell
row.
Robinson,
Oh, look at that, Joe. Yeah, get some. Love that. Love that, buddy. Love that.
Mitchie, gotta love Mitchell.
So Embiid,
You suck.
you're a shameful person.
Embiid sucks. Joel sucks.
So okay, a couple other things we should cover here, JoJo. Um, how about the bench? I feel
What did you
like
say? It's amazing. I mean, in the Hawks series, Landry Shamet didn't really do much, but this series last night, he was he showed why he should get playoff rotation minutes.
So Landry Shamet played 26 minutes last night.
That is
What was inter-
amazing.
what was interesting, and actually this kind of gets into my last. This gets into one of the topics I wanted to spend a moment on. I wanted to spend a moment on Mike Brown. Him and the coaching staff, I think, have done a fantastic job,
Phenomenal job in this
fantastic job
playoffs.
in the playoffs.
And
And
we
I
were
say
worried about him in the regular season. We had a whole little thing about how we were worried about him.
he did scare me a few times, but you know what? I was scared, and then I basically heard him like very calmly make a statement that maybe made me feel like, oh, like has Bro been like playing possum this whole time? Like he just has this like such a nice guy. He's got this like nice guy, nice coach attitude. But then like I think he like sometimes just like says stuff to like throw people off, you know? So
And then when the
like
playoffs start, no more nice guy.
dude, he made a comment during the season where he's like, listen, he's just like, I don't tell you guys everything that I'm thinking. Like straight up, I just don't. Like that would be stupid. And then he made a comment like, look, I'm gonna try stuff out in the regular season. He's like, I'm not trying to get to like a certain win number. I'm not, and I think it was because it was he surpassed a certain number of wins, and it was like the first coach in their first year as a Nick coach to score that many games or something like that. It was like a nice stat, but it wasn't like a. It was kind of like, okay, that's nice, and he basically said like, yeah, no, it's great to have, but I'm really just trying to tweak and understand and test things out so that when I get to the playoffs, like I know what I have. And I was like, bro, that makes sense. That makes sense why we didn't see Clarkson for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Joey
that's
was on
no.
like
I
the
that's oof,
Joey was on
comes
the
back
Jordan
to those
Clarkson
weeks.
hunger strike.
Those were
And
some bad weeks for my
you were
boy.
angry. You were angry. But he did that because he was trying to see what the other guys had to offer. And the reason he
Yeah,
did that is because he knows what Clarkson offers. And Clarkson took it like a champ.
yeah,
So the
guys.
adjustments that they've
During
made.
this amount of time of non-podcasting, I have realized that Mike Brown, we love you. Clarkson, we already know that we love you. So yeah,
Yeah, and I think, but just a decision. Let's just zoom in last night on a decision that was made, and I don't know. Maybe Mike Brown wasn't personally the one solely responsible, but like he's the head coach, so he takes responsibility for all these decisions. Who were the starters last night? We'll get to OG being injured because Joe, I want to get your take on the OG injury and how you would manage it if you were Mike Brown. But look at Miles McBride. Miles McBride started.
wait, what was the starting lineup yesterday? Normal,
Every
like
normal, but McBride got the start.
except for
Um,
OG. OG was injured, so he put in McBride.
that's right.
Love it, love it, love it.
Um, McBride though struggled from the field. He was 1 for 6 shooting and 1 for 5 on 3 pointers. He only had 3 points. And so what you saw is a guy like Landry Shamet come in. He got 26 minutes and he scored 15 points on a very efficient 5 of 6 shooting and
15.
15 points, 5 of 6 shooting and 2 of 3 from 3 points land. And he got to the line and he was 3 for 4. So
I didn't know
um,
Knicks players could go to the foul line.
yeah,
I didn't
man,
know. I didn't know that was a thing.
he forced 2 turnovers, steal like he just and some of these buckets came in the clutch. So what was interesting is that Mike Brown realized that like McBride was kind of struggling. Clarkson got in there for 13 minutes, got us four points, and 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He was a plus 11 of anybody on the team yesterday. Shamet was a plus 20, most of anybody on the team. So Shamet,
That's
hats off to you.
just. This just proves why we keep Landry Shamet in the rotation. Like, remember? I say this all the time. Remember when in the summer we literally were like, remember when we were like, how was this guy? Like, how did we not know if we were gonna have this guy on the roster again? Like, that was crazy. Like, I don't think like guys that could have been that 15th man, Malcolm Brogdon and Garrison Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think they would have been doing what Shamet's doing. Like, maybe Malcolm Brogdon, but hey, he retired. It's the GOAT right there. But, like, Garrison Matthews wouldn't even be touching what Landry Shamet's doing right now. So that's what I'm saying.
I agree, dude. I fully agree. I fully agree. So hats off to Mike Brown for keeping him in there, and hats off to Landry for how he played. So now I want to talk a little bit about oh, and another thing, just to circle back to you, Mr. Joel Embiid. I'm looking at some of these free throw numbers here. Embiid was complaining again last night that like the Knicks got way more foul calls and like the refs just want to see New York win and some BS.
Well, that's really funny.
So the player who took so Mitchell Robinson, he played 19 minutes. He took 8 free throws because they were hacking to Mitch.
Yeah, like what? Like, oh my god.
So like we got 32 free throw attempts. We made 23 of them. Mitch went 50% from the line, which for him is like lights out. But like 8 fouls in 19 minutes. The only person who took more free throws was Jalen Brunson. He took 9. If you look at Embiid, he took 6 free throws.
20.
So like at the end of the day, like I just think Embiid is a big fat winner. So Joe, I want to ask you. Let's say that you get a call, your cell phone rings, and it's an unknown number, and you open it up, and it's Coach Mike Brown, and he goes, "Hey Joe, how you doing? How you doing? Thanks for your support. I need a little advice, Joe. It's game 4, on Sunday, Mother's Day. What should I do with OG? Should I play him or should I rest him? What do you do?
Excuse me. So, um, wait, are we in MSG tomorrow?
Nope.
Oh, so we're in Philly. All right. Well, I mean, practically MSG.
It's the 6th borough, basically.
Yeah. So, listen. I would say play him because wait, what? Why is he out again?
His hamstring. He's got a strained hamstring.
Strained
Let's say,
hamstring.
and by the way, it's that OG says I'm good, coach. Like I'm good. Medical staff says he's good. He can play. So everybody says he can play, but you as the coach get to make the decision of who you actually put out there.
I got you. So, what I would do is, I mean, hey, we are up 3-0. I mean, I don't think I've ever experienced the Knicks being up 3-0. So, this is new to me. And like, if you're up 3-0, like you gotta like push the pedal and just go and win that. You just gotta like if we sweep the Sixers, that'd be so fun. So the thing is, the only like thing that I'm holding back from is yeah, what if his hamstring is it gets worse in the game, but like and also like we did pretty good against them without OG, but like listen, I want the full team for this game 4 so that we could just win. And then we're going to have, OG's going to be able to have time off before all these other games. Because one, we are ahead of everybody else in the East. And two, now today it's Cavs and the Pistons just played. It's 2-1 now. So now they have to go to a game 5. Like, at least. So, I mean, we're going to have plenty of days off. And like, it's game 3 today for the Thunder, like 2. And tomorrow is going to be game 4 for the Timberwolves. And it's either going to be 3-1 or 2-2. So, nobody's going to be finishing until like at least Tuesday. And today's Sunday. Or no, Saturday.
Yeah. I mean,
like Monday or Tuesday is the earliest people could finish.
So what you're
besides
saying,
us.
it sounds like, Joe, is you're saying that if medical staff says he's good, if OG says he's good, Coach Brown, you get to make the call, you play him. Yeah. I think that I agree, but
And
I would restrict his minutes.
yes, that's what I would do too.
I would
That's
start
that's
him.
that's for Mike Brown to figure out though. And then the thing for
I
me,
mean, if there's any question, you rest him. He needs to be 100% before he comes back. Because what you don't want to do is send him out there a little bit unready, and then he's like not playing well, and then he gets all screwed up in the head.
especially if we're against the Pistons or Cavs.
Agreed. So that's why I'm like, let's just, because don't forget, we didn't have him for Indiana, and that was a problem.
That was a problem. But the thing is like, and either way, we're gonna have to wait until every single playoff series in round two is over. So he's gonna have like a week, or like he's gonna have a week to be like rest and do all the things. So
I think that at the end of the day, like unless they're playing possum with him a little bit and they're just totally saying like, okay, he's actually fine, but like let's just be conservative and like see how we do. Um,
but we already did that yesterday though.
I know, and we won by like 14 points.
So that's the only problem where it's like, should we?
But that's my thing. Is I'm just
Well,
like I
I
think
didn't see the game yesterday. Did it look like we were struggling at all during the game?
yesterday I can't say that I felt we were struggling at all. Because basically, like let's just look the game flow. So the Knicks led for 67% of the game yesterday.
Okay.
Philadelphia. So we had a slow first quarter. Basically, they were up. Let's see here. Yeah, they were up by 10 at one point, and then by the end of the first quarter, we pulled to within four, and then effectively, let's see here, with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter, we pulled ahead, and then we were basically just ahead for the entire game. They pulled it to within two, with like 2.5 minutes left in the third.
Like
And then
if we're gonna win, we need defense, and like OG is gonna bring that defense up.
agreed, dude. Agreed, but that's why we need him healthy. So I'm kind of the opinion that like if he really didn't actually hurt himself, because like let's not forget he played and then he walked off the court. So like I don't think that was like a pull up like I really hurt myself. I think they basically just said
Yeah.
like Oj, like let's just keep you. I don't know. Maybe they sent like Anne Hathaway to go visit him because he loves her, but Susie Lee or whatever. But anyway, if I was Mike Brown, if it was anything other than I'm 100% coach and I want to play, I want to be out there. I'd probably start him, but then I'd pull him pretty quick.
Like either way, like if he plays, like he's not playing how he would normally play. Like he's playing a restricted amount of minutes.
Agree, which then as we're talking about it, I'm kind of just like then maybe just like let it rest it up. You know what I'm saying?
I
The
know, but
team
I
seems
don't
to be
want
doing
the
fine.
Sixers to win a game though,
I don't want them to either.
because they came back from 3-1, and like I don't know. I feel like tomorrow we just need to win.
I agree, obviously, but I think that I think the Knicks have a lot to be excited about, and I think that
They can't get ahead of themselves with this team because the
will.
Celtics thought that they would be ahead of Celtics thought that they were gonna be playing us, and look what happened. Like no, like just like saying Celtics are trash. Like literally, like look what happened. Like it was 3-1, and they blew it.
I appreciate it, but here's what I got to tell you. I think this Knicks team has done that 100 times this season, last season, where they get complacent and they just kind of think the game's over. But Joe, I got to tell you, last night that didn't happen when they needed to lock in. So the Pistons made Pistons.
You
Getting
really
ahead
want
of,
to talk?
I'm getting ahead of myself. The
Damn,
Sixers made a run
they
in
didn't
the
even win
third.
today.
I know. They made a run in the third and they made a run in the fourth. They basically pulled within two in the third quarter and they pulled within four in the fourth quarter. And like the Knicks just locked in. They locked in and they played defense. Now the Sixers missed a bunch of shots, but it's because these guys are gassed. They're not a deep team. Like you
They only
can't be
play
looking
like
at
7 guys.
yeah, dude. You can't be looking at Kelly Oubre Jr. to like be taking your shots. Like the one thing that scares me is that I mean, Bridges has done a phenomenal job locking up Tyrese Maxey, but like eventually that guy's gonna burst out. You know what I
And
mean?
it's probably going to be when they're down 3-0 at home. But even though it's not going to feel like they're home, at 3-0, I feel like he's going to.
Look, from my perspective, buddy, I never thought we were gonna sweep these guys. It is hard to sweep a team in the playoffs. It's
And the Knicks
really
are not
hard.
a type of team to sweep. Like, we always win in 6. Like, we've never beat a team in 5, 4, or 7. Like, we always just win in 6. Like, we beat the Celtics last year in 6. We beat the Hawks this year in 6. We beat the um
Celtics in 6.
yeah, who we play in the first round though? We beat
The Pistons.
yeah, we beat the Pistons in 6. We beat the no. All right. They did we beat the Cavs that one year in 6? I don't know.
Who
And
knows?
then we beat the Sixers in 2024 in 6 now.
Yeah, I mean, Knicks in 6 has a good rhyme to it.
I mean, I feel like we've always just won in 6. Like, this would be like the first time in like years where we've one swept a team and two not won in 6. Like, we always win in 6. But I don't want to win in 6 this time. I want to win in 4 or 5. Especially since it's 3-0.
Last time the Knicks swept an opponent in a playoff series was in the year 2000 when
That's
they
26 years
defeated
ago.
the Toronto Raptors.
That was 26 years ago. But hey, was
And
that
it was
the
in
year?
the first round.
No, I was about to say, is that the year we went to the finals? But no, right? Because we went in 1999.
Yeah. Here we go. New York Knicks playoff history.
When was the last time we didn't win in 6?
All right, let's look. 6-6. We lost in 7-1. The Cleveland versus Cleveland in 2022-2023. We won in 5.
Whoa.
Then versus the Heat, we lost to the Heat in the 22-23 season. Did we not? We did not make the playoffs in 21-22.
22-23 was the first year we made it back into the playoffs.
This is saying that we were 20-21. We lost to the Hawks.
Yeah, 2021, yeah. We lost to the Hawks.
Okay, so in 2022, we didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, like, think about it. 2026 is now, yes. Last year, yes. 2025. 2024, yes. 2023 was playoffs, yes. And then...
So hold up. Let's look. Hold on. So the last series that we won, not in 6, was the Cavs first round 2020-22.
That's so crazy.
We beat the Pistons in 6. We beat the Celtics in 6. We lost to the Pacers in 6. We beat the Sixers in 6. We lost to the Pacers in 7.
Last year was Game 7?
No. That was 2 years ago.
Oh.
In the semifinals. So now let's go back to like the...
And then we won in 6 last year.
Hold on.
Twice,
let's go back to the
today.
2010 to 2012 seasons. In 2010, we lost. The Celtics swept us in 2010 in the first round.
Why'd you have to say that? Like, genuinely, why?
Just listen to me. It gets better.
You should have just said we got
We
swept.
lost in 5 to the Heat the year after in the first round.
Well, that's like
In
LeBron
2012, you were 1, Joe. We beat the Celtics in 6.
Let's go. They're trash.
Oh no! I'm wrong. We beat them in 7.
They're
And
still trash.
We won the first 2 games. We won the first 3 games. We lost the next 2, and then we won Game 7.
That's really like bad.
2003, we made the playoffs, but we lost to the Nets in 4 games.
All right, wait. We lost to the Nets in 4 games.
Yep.
When? What year?
2003, 2004.
Well, that's when they went to the finals, right?
Nope. We went to the
that's
finals.
Pistons.
We went to the finals in 1999.
No. When the Pistons went to the finals.
I don't know. I can't see what I'm looking at here. So the last 2 times that the Knicks have been to the finals were obviously in 1994. They lost to the Rockets in 7.
We should have won that.
I know, dude. That was
That
bad.
was.
We beat the Nets. Then we beat the Bulls. We beat the Nets in 4. We beat the Bulls in 7. We beat the Pacers in 7. And then we lost in 7 to the Rockets. Then we made the playoffs.
The Patrick Ewing finger roll and the John Starks really bad game.
I watched that live. It still haunts me. We beat the Heat in 5 in the 99 playoffs. We swept the Hawks in the second round. And then let's see here. We beat the Pacers 4-2.
Go.
And then we lost to the Spurs in 5. So you're right, Joe.
Geez.
We don't of late, any series that we've won, it's been in 6. So this would be noteworthy.
And it would be in 4 games. No, but like they cannot win 4 and 5. Like they're like we can't let that happen. Like, no, we have to win tomorrow.
I feel pretty confident, man. I feel pretty confident. But I'm always cautious. I'm always cautious. And these guys, I think they got to just go. They just seem to have the right mindset, which is more important than anything. Because if you look at these last 3 games, they've each been a different flavor. Game 1, absolute party. Blew them out, kicked their ass, like good old fashioned beatdown. Like it was just a carryover from the heater we were on in Atlanta. Game 2, Game 2 was like a lock-in moment, and we were right there, and then we pulled away like in the final minutes. Last night, we were somebody's revving their engines, dude. Last night, Joe, we were in control of that game, starting in the second quarter, and those are sort of the tough ones where like you're up the whole time, but like the other team's hanging around. And they tried to make a few runs multiple times, and they just held them off. So it's been 3 different types of victories. And each of the times with either Cat or Mitch in foul trouble. And we had no OG. Like, it's just, there's a lot of obstacles that they've overcome.
Oh, one more shout out to our bench is when Mitchell Robinson and Cat were in foul trouble, and Mike Brown had to put in Ariel Hawkporty. I mean, man, me and Dad were a little nervous at first, but man, did he hold up good against Embiid. It was good. And
absolutely,
I'm proud of him for that. I like that. So good job, Hawkporty.
So bench stats here, Joe. The Knicks bench we're averaging more than 30 points per game in the playoffs, and they have outscored opposing opponents' benches by 56 points. So, like, when people look back and they say, we shouldn't have fired Tibbs, Mike Brown was a mistake, we shouldn't have done it, listen to that stat. 30 points our bench is averaging per game, and we are outscoring our opponents by 56 points. We would not be winning in the playoffs without that contribution. Because when you have a guy like Cat that's in foul trouble, when you have a guy like OG who's got to take a game or 2 or who knows how many off, like, that would have never happened in the Thibodeau era. And on top of it, the last thing I'll say is we wouldn't have been able to get those players to this team if Tibbs was the coach, because they know they'd never see the coach.
Yeah, and
so that case is closed, in my opinion.
Yes, and one other thing that I feel like we haven't talked about at all is our guy, Jose Alvarado.
Oh, Jose, as soon as they traded for you, I had no idea who you were because I don't really care about the Pelicans. But straight up, as soon as I started to hear your story and all that, I was like, this guy's going to be great. Watched you play, love your attitude, love your hustle. If you haven't seen him guest in on Carmelo Anthony's podcast,
it is so good.
Good.
It
is good. Everybody should watch it. I think Melo's podcast is sick. Melo, I'm gonna at you. Maybe you'll listen to us.
Maybe.
Probably.
But Jose Alvarado, you're amazing. We love you. Love your playoff stuff. It's amazing. We love you.
Joe, do you know what his contract is? Do we have to? Can we re-sign him next year or what? We signed him to a 1-year deal.
I hope. I don't know what we did, but I hope we can re-sign him. Well, we traded for him, so it's not like we signed him.
Guess that's true.
But yeah, I say we re-sign him. But hey, this is all for talks in the summer.
Totally agree. Well, listen, my guy. I'm gonna give you the closing thought. Closing thoughts. What's the key to the rest of? I mean, we're not gonna do a podcast tomorrow because it's Mother's Day, but we'll try to get this one posted up tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a reaction after. We'll see.
Yeah, if we win tomorrow, maybe we'll do a little 10-minute video of how we won and whatever, and recap, series recap, and what we should do in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second year in a row.
Well, look who's getting ahead of themselves now. This is crazy.
No. This is all what I'm saying. What if we win?
Yeah.
If we need a game recap.
If we do. All right, so Joe, keys to the game tomorrow. What are you focused on?
Currently, Towns running the offense, defense, literally defense, no foul trouble, hands up, Mikal Bridges, ball in hoop, Karl-Anthony Towns drive to hoop and score and dunk it. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. And then Jalen Brunson, do your thing. We already know that. Josh Hart, do your thing. You're him. And if Josh Hart, if you do win tomorrow, if we do get swept and you have an amazing game, These are yours. These are yours.
Joey D is gonna mail them your way.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, for me, you said it all. I think it's foul trouble. Just keep Cat on the court. If we can keep Cat on the court, I think good things are gonna happen.
Yes, and it's the bench. The bench. We need the bench. Shamit, Jose, McBride, Clarkson, Mitchie, maybe even Ariel Hawk-Porty if we get in foul trouble. Like, honestly, no. We need him to be ready if we do get in foul trouble. So, yes, Ariel Hawk-Porty, you are on there, my guy.
Joey wants everybody to be locked in and ready to go. I think that, for me, again, just keeping it simple, Carl, we need you on the court. You got to stop fouling. And, I'd also love to see Bridges continue
to lock up Maxey.
That and also his offensive production, because it's just impossible to overstate that when things are clicking for you offensively, they play better defense. So
we need Bridges to keep locking Maxey up, and we got to make sure that Paul George doesn't become 2015 Paul George again. I don't like that. I don't want that to happen.
He had 15 points in the first quarter, and then he was zippy from there on out.
Okay, that's
there's
good.
Just a lot of weird things happening. There's a lot of weird things.
Yeah, we don't need 2017 Paul George. We don't need that. It's 2026. We don't need that.
So the other thing I'm going to say that I'm going to add, and then we should split here.
And watch the Laker game.
Yes, because that's going on right now. New York Knicks fans, I think, impacted the game yesterday. The fact that we went down and were so loud, New York Knicks, let's go Knicks, let's go Knicks, you could see how dejected the Philadelphia 76ers played.
I mean, I saw a video today where I saw a Sixers fan with an Allen Iverson jersey on, and he literally switched jerseys and put on a Jalen Brunson jersey. I don't know if he was drunk, but... I mean,
I don't know if it was a stage. I have to imagine that was staged.
Yeah, there's no.
Where'd you get the jersey?
Yeah, where'd you get the jersey? What? I've never met a Philly fan that would ever do that.
Honestly, I think both fan bases should beat that guy up. But, whatever. So, anyway, Joe, always love talking to you. Thanks for having me on the Joe and Jake show.
Well, it's our show though.
I know, but you're the host. I'm the sidekick.
Okay.
And one of these days, I think we're gonna have to have a guest.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there soon.
Soon, I think if the Knicks make it far in this postseason,
we will have a special guest.
Perhaps we should think about it. But stay tuned for that, everybody. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jake.
I'm Joe.
And this is the Joe and Jake show. Have a great night, everybody.
See ya.
Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks.